What's up, guys? Another old style. Another old style. It's my old style of welcoming you guys. Even I don't like this. What do you call it? This welcoming style of me that much. Hmm. I will have to change. But what should I change it to? That's the main question. Not the main question, but that is one of the questions I would say. Right. All right. Uh, I hope you guys are doing good and you know I'm almost done with my day. I mean, the most important things, but still I'm not done with everything. I mean, few important things are still left. And earlier I was doing these things as the first part or as the beginning part of my day, but now I'm doing these things as the later part of my day. What are those things? Of course, the speaking thing, uh, because now since last a few days, uh, I'm staying awake in the daytime only, and I'm sleeping at the night time. And this is why earlier when I was not sleeping in the night time and I was awake in the night, so I was doing this speaking, this deliberate speaking thing as a very first thing, and then I would do the listening thing, and then I would do the rest of the things. But now I'm doing these two things as the later part. Now I will be uh, not I will be I am speaking right in front of you guys. This is again the part of my deliberate practice, one of the tasks that I do on a daily basis. And once I get done with this thing, then I will definitely uh, watch some English content. There is a movie that I'm watching currently. The previous movie was The Man from Earth. Very tough language, because this movie is based on a person who is 14,000 years old, and how he talks about the history and everything, and how he evolved and how things evolved, how Earth evolved, and how many things evolved. And he has got a friend circle of basically he's a professor, and now he's going away from his place, and there's a small gathering of him and his friends who have come there to give him a see off, a farewell party sort of thing. So now they're having a discussion and everything, and those professors are also they are great at their respective fields. Like someone is an archaeologist, someone is an anthropologist, someone is a psychologist, someone is what do you call it? Someone was maybe an art teacher or something. Psychologist, biologist. There is a biologist as well. Archaeologist, anthropologist. So they all come from very prominent fields, and at the same time, because they come from a prominent field and their fields are somewhat related to this history thing as well, because we all know anthropologists, they study about the humans and everything related to them. Then there's an archaeologist, again related to the history and the things that we talk about related to the past and everything. There is a psychologist, uh, and there is a biologist, who's trying to figure out how can someone be alive or stay alive for 14,000 years, 14,000 years, when staying alive even for 100 years has become a very, very rare thing nowadays. So 14,000 years is something that is just unbelievable, and even that biologist is out of his mind, and his mind has just gone, what do you call it, bonkers, after hearing this. So they all are shocked, and they all are in a disbelief. Some are trying to believe, and some have even believed it to some extent. Some are just in absolute disbelief, and they are just considering that guy to be an absolute maniac, an absolute foolish or retarded. So it's a good movie. Yeah, the language is different, because it all revolves around the terminology related to archaeology and biology and anthropology and everything, and all the terms related to the past and religion and whatnot. So yeah, the language is definitely on the tougher side. But having said all this, this movie is definitely a true gem of a movies, and what do you call it? It's a science fiction movie. Very simple. I personally like the production value, that they have there, because I personally feel there must have not been too much of production cost, because this movie is entirely shot in a room only, and the very quick neighborhood, the very quick surroundings only. Uh, Definitely, cast is there. Approx 8 to 10 people are there in that entire movie, majorly, who have acted in this movie. Otherwise, in terms of production cost, production value, I think this is on a very lower side. In terms of the places and the locations and everything as well, just one location is used. So yeah, this in terms of production, so this movie basically tells us that you don't need to have a great budget for the location and for the hi-fi actors, and for nowadays, as we see, a lot of graphics work and a lot of what do you call it, the motion graphics and everything, the animations and everything, the classic and very amusing graphics. You don't need all, you don't have to have a lot of money or everything for these things. What you need is a very good topic, a very good story, a compelling story, and that's what they have got in this movie, The Man from Earth. And when I saw this movie for the very first time, I was like baffled. I was like, my mind was again, like, it was like, man, how can this happen? I mean, the concept, 14,000 years old, someone is 14,000 years old, and his age is just stuck. He's currently uh, 35 years old, and his age got stuck, and 14,000 years is the amount of time that he is there, and he's just not aging. Yeah, so other than this movie, yeah, somehow I watched this movie, and somehow, my vocabulary and understanding of this particular movie got better. Fortunately, I thank myself up to some good extent, because I have spent at least 20 to 25 days, I would say, approx 20 days, to decode this movie properly. Although I understood this movie for the very first time in the very first attempt as well, but I just wanted to understand and know, almost all the words, and the context, the right context, so that I could understand and make sense of that movie more and more. So this is why, it took me a lot of, it took me that much long. Other than that, I saw Titanic, but it hardly took a week to me. Before that, I watched Shawshank Redemption. I think that movie might have taken approx a week to 10 days for sure, because probably this was my very first movie as well, which I was trying to decode properly. It was not the very first English movie that I saw. Definitely, I've seen couple of or few other English movies as well before that. But as far as decoding and understanding a movie properly, and in order to an attempt towards a better listening comprehension, I think in for this particular exercise, Shawshank Redemption was first movie, and now by God's grace, I can watch this Shawshank Redemption movie even without subtitles, and I can understand at least 80 to 85% of that movie. Although I understand the entire movie, it's not that, but what I am calling understanding is to understand each and every single word and each and every single sentence of what they are speaking about, so that if somebody asks me, okay, tell me what this guy has just spoken, so I can break it down in each and every single word and sentence. That is the thing that I'm talking about, right? Otherwise, as far as understanding the movie is concerned, I had understood at least 75 to 80% or even 85% of the movie in the first attempt as well, when I saw it for the very first time, when this decoding thing was not even my agenda, that I would understand every single thing, or listening comprehension enhancement was not even my agenda. So I had understood that movie up to 75 to 80% even in that attempt also. But now I become a different sort of person. My goals have changed, and now I just want to absolutely break down this listening comprehension thing. Okay, so yeah, currently I'm watching Time Trap movie. Time Trap is a movie that I've already seen a couple of times earlier. So when I started seeing this movie although does not have tough language. I mean, if you compare it with Man from Earth, I mean, there is a massive difference. Massive difference. The language used in this time travel movie is absolutely simple. You might come across a handful of words, which you may have to go and check. Otherwise, the story is very easy to understand, and even the language is pretty easy to understand. So when I saw this movie again, in order to enhance my listening comprehension, completed this movie in just one attempt only, day before yesterday. But again, as I'm a big fan of, and not just a fan, I have become a fan of this very principle because I've got some good understanding and I saw some good results of this thing. Is what? Uh, Repetition and novelty, that you must repeat what you are watching or what you are reading, in order to understand that thing better and in order to assimilate the words and the phrases that you learn better. So if you watched or if you read something for the very first time and you came across certain words or certain sentences, which you were not very familiar with, or which took a bit more time, and it took a bit more effort for you to understand, but now you have understood that properly, that particular part that you read or the particular movie that you saw, not just movie, even a scene where there are certain dialogues and everything, but now you understood it properly. So this is your first attempt. This is the first attempt that where you understood it properly. Now this is based on my current understanding. Now you should give at least one more repetition to read that again properly, with full focus, with full attention, if you are watching and if you are reading, for both. One more repetition, again with full focus, and not just for the sake of doing it, not just for a formality purpose, no, with full attention. Another attempt. This is your second repetition. And if you ask me, of course in the second attempt you will be able to understand it in a much more easier way, and with much more clarity. You will understand much better in the second attempt. There's no doubt about it. If you guys obey what I am trying to suggest you guys, you must give one more attempt, again with full seriousness. This is going to be your third attempt. Now this is the third attempt, and this is the time where your brain has almost assimilated the things very well, if not 100% completely, but still very well, or I would say way more than enough. This was the third attempt. But having said all this, keep one more thing in your mind, that all these three attempts must not come at the same day. First repetition is today, then the second should be tomorrow. There must be some space in between. And the third attempt should be day after. And if you continue to do this thing with each and every single new thing that you are reading or watching, your command on the language will get better and better and faster. Trust me, it will be faster. It is so far the fastest way that the language experts and the scientists and the humans, the observers, have figured out so far. I'm not saying there can't be any faster way, or I'm not even saying that there is no faster way that anybody has already figured out. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that so far this is the pretty much doable and faster way to acquire a language in a much better and in a much cleaner and in a much, I've already said much better way. Yeah, in a much better way. All right. So Time Trap is the movie that I'm gonna watch again after this. Not the entire movie, of course. So I saw around half an hour of movie yesterday, but day before yesterday I saw it completely. This movie is around 1.5 hours long, 1 hour 30 minutes something. So I saw it completely day before yesterday, and yesterday as my second repetition, uh, you know I'm watching it again. So I saw almost half an hour of movie yesterday, and I'll try to watch another half an hour of movie today as well. What else? I'm almost done with this video, and I'm almost 15 minutes into this uh, video that I'm recording. And I think I'll take a leave. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. If you guys want to have one-on-one speaking session with me, where you can practice your spoken English with me, I have given you the liberty and the option. Uh, I've shared the links in the description and in the pinned comment. You can check out the link and you can connect with me. Uh, and if you want to say any damn thing that you have in your mind, and you want to share with me, if you have any suggestion, if you have any confusion, if you want to say something, if you want to tell me something, if you want to ask me something, any damn thing that you have in your head, even if you want to say anything bad to me, I'm completely open to that. But just leave that down into the comment section, and I'll appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys, for giving your time, and I really hope something was of some help to you. If you have learned something, trust me, start executing it. Don't just stick to learning. Oh, I learned something new. So what? Is it making any good change in your life? Is it impacting your life in the positive terms? No, it won't, till the time you don't execute whatever you have learned. So if you have learned something, it's great, but you must execute it as well, because there is a saying, and I pasted it right in front of my wall, that life rewards action, not intelligence. You might be very intelligent, you might be the most intelligent person on this planet Earth, but if you don't do any damn thing, that intelligence is of no use, because it's not gonna give anything good to you. It's not gonna benefit you. You have all this information, right? Intelligence is what? It's information, it's data right there in your head. And if you don't use it for good, if you don't put that knowledge into action, you're gonna remain the same. Life rewards action, not intelligence. Right. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll take a leave. Thank you so much. Bye.